Hey guys, Eugene here, and I'm going to review for you today the Massdrop Ochs Orca knife. You can see it right here. You guys have probably seen this thing around if you're looking into it. It's available exclusively on Massdrop or on drop.com. I'll have the links in the description to check that out for you. But I'm going to go over this knife for you and review it. Straight out of the gate, I'm going to say that this was sent to us by the company itself. So do have that in mind as a review. And I will show you all the details and everything about this knife, hopefully give you a really good overview. I've been using it quite a bit now, several months, and I've really enjoyed it. It's definitely a certain style that you have to appreciate, and it's not like all knives. There are quite a variety of pocket knives, and this is a very special kind of more of a showy kind of version of a knife, I would say. So just overall impressions. Otherwise, it is a very high quality knife. It's beautifully made. It's an amazing piece of engineering and art. So let's go through all the details. I'm going to cover quite a few things. I'll start with the materials and design. Then I'll go through functionality and ergonomics and all of that, kind of hopefully in some kind of logical order. So let's start with the specs. So this knife is an upgrade version of the knife. This one, the reason it's an upgrade version is because it has the carbon fiber scales, as well as the Makudi hardware and Torx and clip right here. But the other ones are a G10 material on the handle. There are 6 different colors available. And we have this RWL34 steel material here, which is a very high quality steel. It's a powder metallurgy steel that is very high quality. I mean, there's a lot of steels out there if you want to look specifically up things about this one. A lot of information online about it. It's a very high edge retention, durable steel, and corrosion resistant as well. So very good steel here. It's 3.5 inches from the tip to the handle, and that's 4.5 inches here on the handle itself for a total of 8 inches. The weight on the knife is different depending on which version you get. So if you get the carbon fiber version, it's 4.4 ounces for the whole knife. If you get the other version, it's 4.75 ounces for the whole knife. And also the thickness of the blade, I think, is important. And right here, the blade thickness is 4.1 millimeters, which is 0.16 inches. And then right before the very final grind, the secondary grind on the blade here, it's 0.6 millimeters or 0.02 inches right there. Now, other things about this is it's a harpoon style blade on the grind here. And it has a very particular shape with this top harpoon piece of it. So it's very good for piercing as well as cutting. And it's very comfortable in the hand. So, definitely something you could carry around quite a few places. I wouldn't say it's absolutely everywhere, everyday carry, but a lot of occasions it's a very good one to carry. I wouldn't carry this, in slacks, though, because it's just too much, I think. But jeans or anywhere outdoors, or if you're out with your buddies, it's a very good one. And it's also very much a collection knife too, if you're into that. So we have other things on the knife here, which are these dual-sided or dual thumb studs. It's a flipper design, so we have the flipper right here. Comes out very smooth. It has bearings, of course. It is not loose, so if I open it up, it is rock solid right there. It has a little bit of a kind of a bend throughout the whole knife, but there's no wobble at all. It's titanium liner lock right here, you can see. And then it locks in with a ceramic ball, I believe, at the end here. You can see that locking in right there. We have Torx hardware all throughout. And then, like I said, on this version we have the Makudi, which is basically a titanium that's styled like Damascus steel, and you can see the beauty of that. So this is the purple Makudi, and you can just see the beauty of that right there. It's a very cool material. So we have carbon fiber right here between the liners, and G10 and the G10 versions. And it has kind of a serrated, bumpy texture to it with little holes. There's a lot of art in this knife. As you can see right here, the stippled texture on the front half of the knife and the smooth texture in the carbon fiber on the back. Just plays really well with the colors and the whole design. Now my knife in the hand right here, you can see my hand is, it's about a medium-sized glove hand. So it sits like that. like I said, 4.5 inches here. So you can grip it around pretty well. Now I wouldn't say that it's very comfortable, like in this kind of grip. This pushes into your hand, but that's going to be the case with almost any knife. If you're just doing the slice grip, very comfortable. You can grip on the stippling right here. Very nice for that. If you're doing any kind of reverse grip, like this grip right here is actually very comfortable. Your fingers sit in that very well, and the back of the hand, or the middle of the hand sits right up against that, as well as that kind of grip. Very nice. So ergonomically, that's what I'd say about it. Functionality, like I mentioned, you know, it's a very good high quality steel. I will say that it's a little bit of a higher slant in terms of the grind angle, given that it's, you know, quite thick on the back here, coming down to very obviously blade or a razor sharp edge. So it's not the best slicer because it does already go up to the complete, or to the final thickness way back here. It doesn't go all the way down to here in terms of like a Scandi grind. So it's a little bit more of a wedge than it is a slicer in comparison to this knife, which has a lot thinner blade, and the grind goes all the way almost to the end here. So this is a lot better of a slicer. This one is going to be more durable, but not as good of a slicer for that reason. And the other reason it's not going to be an amazing slicer is just because the thumb studs are always going to get in the way, as opposed to the other knife here, which actually we have a review of on our channel as well. You can check that out. But you can see if you don't have the thumb studs, then slice is much better. And I'm not sure why they have this thumb studs, because, you know, it is a flipper knife, so you don't really use them to do that, to open the knife. I don't know why they included them, and I know some people like that for some reason, but I never use them on this knife. As you can see, you can fully operate it without that, and I think it's just a kind of an extra little piece, but it's there. So then we have, you know, the Massdrop and the Ochs works. This guy started making these knives. Eric Ochs started making knives in 2007. He's become very prominent. He's from Oregon, and he makes some really good quality stuff. In terms of how this knife sits in your pocket, here's what it looks like. It's not a deep carry, although there's not much sticking out, and it sits, you know, sits pretty nice. He just has a little triangle sticking out like that. Very easy to remove, and it clips on quite easily if you can get it in your pocket, depending what kind of pockets you have. But I have a pretty thick material here on my pocket. It's double ply, and you know, one-handed operation. I can get it in there and pull it out pretty easily. So, and I like these flippers because as soon as you pull it out, it's ready to go. So that's how it wears. So in terms of value of the knife, guys, I'm going to say that if you're just looking for the function of the knife, the $200 version is awesome. It's very, very good value for the money you're paying. And it could change in terms of price, so check the website. If you're going for more of a collector's version or a flashy knife, I mean, you should definitely go for the Makudi, because it's beautiful. And I've had a lot of people look at this knife and just appreciate the beauty of the materials in here. And it, you know, retains all the function and becomes a little bit lighter as well. So quite light for a 4.4 ounces for this whole knife. And so that's the value. Complaints, you know, there are no specific complaints for this knife. For the design that it has, that it works pretty well. The only thing I think could be removed and is kind of extra is the thumb stud, just because I think it gets in the way and it doesn't really improve the function of the knife. It does just add a little bit of a art feature to it, but I don't see a very good use for it. So that would be the only one of the complaints in terms of this design. Otherwise, the way it's designed, it's supposed to be a flashy, bulky knife that kind of sits proudly in your pocket. So in terms of that, I think I don't have any complaints. So if you guys have questions, leave them in the comments. I'll try to get back to you. If you're interested in this knife, do check out our links. Some of them will be affiliate links if we have those available. Also, guys, there's going to be a discount code down in the bottom. So if you click that, there's a very good discount that I was provided for by the company specifically if you're going to be purchasing it. So you'll get a very good discount on it. It might change, so whatever it is in the description, check it out. Hopefully that showed you and gave you somewhat of a review of this knife. You know, thank you guys very much for watching, and leave your questions down below. Don't forget to praise God, and I'll see you guys in the next video.